Another preseason game on the horizon. We're going to break it down. We might even look at some clips, not even full video, but pictures of some film to talk about. What am I talking about? I don't know. Hit the intro. What is up, Finn fans? Happy Friday to you all. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday morning. Tomorrow, the Miami Dolphins will be taking on the Detroit Lions in Detroit at 1 p.m. This is not nationally televised. So if you want to watch it, I think you have to have, well, if you're in Detroit or Miami, I'm pretty sure you can watch it. If not, if you're like me, I have NFL Plus. That's how I get the film. And I think they do like a 1 week free trial. So sign up, get the week free, cancel it, and then watch the game. And I think that might work out because then they play next Saturday. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's how you can watch it for free. That's how, again, I'm paying for it because this is my job and I'm going to pay for it. But we're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about what I want to see, who should play, who might not play, all that good stuff. But first and foremost, I have to shout out today's sponsor. And today's sponsor is Clean the World. Sean Seipler, a good friend of mine. I will actually be seeing him when I head down to Miami next Tuesday. Put this company together, put this foundation together with a great thing in mind. Essentially, you know, when you go to the hotels and you have like the bar of soap and then you take a shower and there's a big old bar of soap and you're only staying there for a day and you're like, I'm not going to use that. He takes that soap, all that soap from many different hotels, and he cleans it, repurposes it, makes sure it's nice and fresh, and he gives it to people that need it. Millions of people, tons of countries, natural disasters, the homeless, the third world countries, the sick, all these people, and he helps them. He gives them kits. He gives them the soap. He makes sure they're good. He also has the Wash Foundation that gets people drinking water. At one point, I think at the beginning of the year, he was putting together money to build a well for this country. This group of people had no drinking water. Go check him out, cleantheworld.org. He also has very nice merch. It's very nice and soft. I have like 2 shirts. Very good. If you ever see me wearing Wash Your Hands, bro, that's his stuff. Go check him out, and shout out to Sean and Clean the World. Also, I know you're going to ask me NFL Shop. That's where I got the hoodie, NFL Shop. I know someone's going to ask NFL Shop. So the Miami Dolphins had a joint practice, 2-day joint practice with the Detroit Lions. Wednesday, not good. Got our butts kicked. Thursday came back, did better. Not saying they won it, but they definitely did better. They definitely fought back some more. Offense had made some really great plays. It was good to see. So now they're going to be taking them on. Here's the big question, and this is from Mike McDaniel. He says, as of right now, this was yesterday, I'm not planning on playing the ones in the game. This practice does participate in the overall final assessment that I'll make with the coaching staff tomorrow. But as of right now, went into this practice planning for the ones not to play. Here's my thoughts on that. I don't like it. I don't like the thought of having the ones not play in this game unless you're going to have them play on the 23rd next Saturday against the Jaguars. Which maybe he does, so they have action closer to the start of the actual season. But he said that the ones are not playing. I don't like it. I think that they should play. But who am I to say anything? He's not gonna. He's leaning towards probably not playing the ones. I don't like that idea. I think Tua should get some reps. I think Achane should get some reps. I think the offensive line should get some reps for sure. Even if it's for like a quarter, man. Like you get 2 drives out of a quarter. Well, depending on how you took last week's game. Why not? What is it gonna hurt? Don't answer that. I'm not gonna would right now. So. That's that. Here's who didn't practice yesterday and most likely will not be playing. Devon Achane, Andrew Meyer, Austin Jackson, Matos, Ingold, Ashton Davis, Mo Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Phillips. Sealer didn't practice, but I think he got a rest day. And then obviously Darren Waller. If the starters aren't playing, you're not going to see Tua. You're not going to see Jalen Waddle. I don't think you see Jalen Waddle anyway, even though he had a good day of practice yesterday. You probably won't see Chubb. You probably won't see Chop, especially because of his bruised ribs or whatever, even though he was at practice yesterday. Is probably going to be all the backups. And again, I don't get that thought process. I don't understand the mentality of that. Hey, that's just me. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow when they take the field. Will Tua be out there? Will he get a series or two? Or will they be playing him the following week? I don't know. But again, if I had it up to me, I would put some of the starters out there. Obviously, the ones that are healthy. Not Tyreek Hill. And again, I wouldn't do Jalen Waddle or Chop, but that's just me. We'll see how that all pans out. So, little things that I am looking for in tomorrow's preseason game. First and foremost, don't tie. Like that kind of sucked seeing a tie happen. Not better, but I want to see continuous trench play, because we saw, very good snaps and very good play from Grant at times, from Jordan Phillips at times, from Jonah, from Patrick Paul. Like, we saw flashes here and there. I would like to see that keep going. I would like to see that be a consistent thing. I would definitely like to see more of that trench play, tackles for loss, opening the lanes for running. Now that I think about it, the fact that we added two running backs to depth, you definitely won't see Achane tomorrow. Probably Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright will be your starting running backs tomorrow. But more trench play, because that's important. And that's what I think, honestly, this team is going to really rely on, is that trench play. Because I don't know how many times I could say that saying, but it's important from the standpoint of getting the run game going and not constantly facing cover two, because no one's respecting the run game like we did last year. So that I would like to see a nice bounce back from the backup quarterbacks tomorrow. We saw what Zach Wilson did, and we're going to look at a few things real quick. And we saw what Quinn Ewers did. Now, I expect more out of Zach Wilson because he is a vet, and Quinn Ewers is a 7th-round pick who is a rookie. But I went back and I looked at the film of 4 of Zach Wilson's sacks, and 3 of them were his fault, and 1 of them wasn't. And we're going to look at it, and again, we're not going to look at it in film aspect, but kind of still images, because you have no idea how long of a process it is to break down film. And I'm like, that's for the regular season. Let me just do it this way. So this is the first play he gets sacked. It's 1st and 10. We're on our own 42. I kind of froze the image at the point of him planting his back foot. So I think it was a 3-step drop. He gets like, after this image here, he gets like another 2 or 3 seconds, and he actually steps up a little bit, and then he gets sacked up here. But as you can see, as he's dropping back and plants his foot, he has his guy open on a crossing route. He has his guy. This is 1st and 10. And he's looking at him. Throw the ball. And that's the biggest thing, and why a lot of people talk about, why the Dolphins do better with Tua in there versus someone else. It's not about the scheme. It's not about the playbook. It's about the play of the quarterback. Skylar Thompson, even Jacoby Brissett, all of these guys took a second. They took that extra second to throw the ball. And we heard from Zach Wilson, especially from Mike McDaniel in the beginning, like OTs and minicamps, that he's behind on his passes. And this is what they mean, because he doesn't throw this ball. He steps up like 3 or 4 times. He like goes doop, 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 and he gets sacked around here. But he's got protection here. Throw the ball right here. And I know you're saying like, oh, he's going to, you put that where it's supposed to be. Will catch that ball. You have enough distance in between this guy and that. And even when he steps up, because again, if I showed you the video, he's like over here and the safety doesn't jump it. You got to throw that ball. And what is he going to throw an interception? It's preseason. This is where you work on that. But he's off. He's a beat too late. Then we have this play here, which is his 2nd sack. It's 1st and 10. We're on Chicago's 42. And you see here, right? He steps up. He eventually steps up. But as he plants his foot, he's looking. You got this out route here. He's going to plant his foot and come back the other way. But you have it right here, man. Let that ball fly and hit your guy here on the out route. but he doesn't. And he steps up into the pocket. So even if he steps up into the pocket, you got this guy here as well who's open. Let it go. You stop holding the ball. Then you got this one. This is the third sack. It's 4th and 6 from Chicago's 42. Plants his foot again. You have here with the out route. You have here 86 with the crossing route. This is covered. Obviously, this is covered. You have two options here to throw the ball. He eventually does step up and he gets sacked. I think this is the one where he like tries to spin out of the sack. But again, got to get rid of the ball. Got to throw the ball. This last one was not his fault. This is 3rd and 4 from our own 41. And 62, who I think is a Fetty, who's went on IR, he gets beat bad. Like everyone is pretty much covered here. And he's looking, in about a second, he takes this sack right here. So this one is not Zach Wilson's fault. So if I'm going to get on him for the other sacks, I'm not going to get on him for ones that are blatantly not his fault. And that one, the left tackle, and again, I think that's a Fetty, got beat bad. But the other three, like you play, and that is the difference. And again, we're talking about Tua Tagovailoa and we're talking about his backups. That is the difference where Tua drops back. He's very quick with his decisions and he will know where to put that ball. People call it a certain thing. I'm just going to leave it at that. But he's very decisive and he knows where to put the ball and when to let that ball go. Oh, I know this guy's running across there. I'm going to boom, hit him with it. Back foot plants, boom, hit it. Okay, I know this is going to go here. Very decisive with his throws. Whereas it seems like these backups that we bring in, and again, if you have a quarterback that tend to be injury prone, you have to bring in a backup quarterback that has that same anticipation and that same release that your starter does. These guys don't. Well, Quinn Ewers is a rookie, so he's going to take him a hot minute, but Zach Wilson, he has the intangibles. He's got the arm strength. He's got the mobility, but everything up here is a tick too slow. Let's see if he can have a bounce back against Detroit. Now, will he be going up against the ones? I don't know. I don't know if Detroit's throwing the ones out there. If they are, it's going to be a one-sided butt whooping if the Dolphins' second team has to face the Detroit Lions' first team. So we'll see how that pans out. But I'd like to see a better outing from the backup quarterbacks. And again, to anyone who is watching on or listening on the podcast, you got to go check out the YouTube channel to see all the things I was just talking about, because you're probably like, well, what is he showing? I was showing plays. And I was breaking down the plays here. Situational coaching. I'd like to see better situational coaching. Now, I'm going to preference this because I get a lot of flack for this. And I got a lot of flack for, sorry, I got like this bit cheek. And now I'm like playing with it and it hurts. I got a lot of flack for this for saying it last week, especially when it came to the final drive with Quinn Ewers, when we had a potential to essentially, like, we're on their 45. We need like another 5 or 6 yards to try to Sanders' long field goal. And I didn't like the play calling. And I got some flack for that. It's preseason. What are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Here's my thing, right, with the situational coaching. I talked about it in the beginning of the game where I loved him trying to run it 4 straight times on the goal line because, again, like I said, and then like he came out and said, it's trying it. It's putting it on tape. Where do we have to work? Who needs to do better? Where? All that stuff. But then there's also situational coaching where, okay, let's put our quarterback, whether it's Zach Wilson, whether it's Quinn Ewers, we're in a 2-minute game. We need to march down the field and kick a field goal or score a touchdown. Situational. You have to put your guy in situations in that instance to be successful. So not only are you trying to figure out, can these quarterbacks run this offense in these situational 2-minute, hurry up offenses, you also have to call plays that benefit them and that work in those 2-minute situational offenses. And that last one, when Quinn Ewers ended up getting sacked and fumbling, were not called right. Now, it did hurt that we only had 1 timeout because we lost one, because the second play of the second quarter, like literally we came out, they kicked the ball to us, we ran a play, we called a timeout. Like burned one instantly. Really hurt us at the back end of the game when it came to all that stuff. Now, again, I am being over analyzing the preseason, but these are things that I'm just looking for with these backups because depth matters. especially with a team like the Miami Dolphins, who are consistently injured, as you can tell, with Ashton Davis, with Jalen Phillips, with Chop, with Alec Ingold, with Austin Jackson, with who else is like, how many players do we, Madison is gone. Like, I can raffle off like 13, 14 names that are already injured. Tyreek Hill, like so many injuries that it's just Mo Kamara. Like, you need that depth. So this is what the preseason is for, is to see the depth. Some of the depth ain't that great. That's all I'm saying. So I would like to see a little bit more situational coaching to put your depth and put your evaluation in good situations to see how they handle it. And again, I'm fine with, all right, we're on the goal line, run it 4 times. I'm fine with that. It's not about winning the preseason games. I don't give a crap if we go 0-3. It don't matter. Well, now it's 0-2-1. It don't matter to me. But if you're gonna try to see what you have, put them in better situations than you did, is all I'm saying. So again, if you get what I'm saying, cool. If not, let me know, and you can comment below and call me a big dumb. But obviously I want to see health. But I do want, again, it's just like nagging in the back of my head that he said no to the starters. I don't get that. Like, I honestly am sitting here and I don't understand why no starters. I just really don't get it. He has his reasonings. I don't agree with it. But hey, and also bounce back. You had your bad practice on Wednesday. You bounced back a little bit on Thursday. If we can come out Saturday and win, and because it's a different atmosphere going from practice to live game, especially when you're playing defense. Like, you're in joint practice, you're not tackling to the ground, you're not hitting hard, you're trying not to injure each other because, at the end of the day, everyone's just trying to make their, respective team. Whereas in the preseason, you're tackling. There's no half butt in it. I don't want to curse. So this team might come out and have a little bit more fire under their butt and, all of a sudden perform. Because from my understanding, Detroit did not play their starters last week. So I will bet my bottom dollar that the sun will come out tomorrow, that they will play their starters tomorrow, which means, again, the Dolphins twos are going to probably have to go up against Detroit's ones. They beat the Falcons 17-10. And again, I don't think they played their starters. No. Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen started. And then week 1, or the Hall of Fame game, they got their butts whooped 30-47. And no, they most definitely did not play their starters. Trey Lance and DJ, not even going to try to pronounce his name. But Trey Lance played most of the game. Oh, sorry, Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker. I was looking at the Chargers. Yeah. And Kyle Allen threw 2 interceptions and Hendon Hooker threw 1 interception. So I think you're going to see the starters tomorrow, which, again, is not going to be fun while they're out there because you're going to have the 1s versus the 2s. But that's the decision that Mike McDaniel's making. Will he stick with it? We'll see. But that's what I got for you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys of all ages. Comment below. What are you looking forward to tomorrow? Obviously, first and foremost, health. Both teams come out of it healthy. Obviously, there was the scare. I think it was the Lions Falcons game that was the scare. And that's why they didn't finish the game, because the Lions had an injury. So we'll see. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What are you looking for? Again, I will be live at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Come hang out. Might not do the whole game. I do want to see some Quinn Ewers. So obviously it'd probably be Zach Wilson to start, and then Quinn Ewers will probably come in at halftime. I want to see what he can do. And then when the game's over, I will give you my recap and thoughts. Then the Dolphins don't have practice Monday. So I have a video planned for you Monday, and then they have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I will be making my training camp recap video and then hopping on a flight. And I will be down there for Wednesday and Thursday. It's supposed to thunderstorm. So not during the day on Wednesday and Thursday, but at the afternoon. So hopefully I don't get caught in a thunderstorm when I'm leaving the 21st. It's just my luck, you know. But I will be there the 20th and 21st. I am campaigning to get the orange jersey on one of those days. So if you're going to be on camp on the 20th or 21st, put my name down. I don't know if you need to know my actual name or if you could put DouglieDoWrong. I don't know. But I'll find out, and then I'll make shorts and stuff. I'm going to, make shorts while I'm down there and stuff. Obviously, I'm going to vlog, but I'm also going to just, keep you guys updated and stuff in shorts. So, yeah. But I'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Come hang out. But usual, stay classy. It's up.